And this is the Vauban. With this, I've, at this particular moment, done all the current Warframes that exist, except for most of the Prime ones, but oh well. The Vauban has been left behind. I'd like to say he's any good, but he's probably one of the harder frames to acquire that are not primed, and oh boy. He is an alert-only frame, so if you're asleep at the same time it comes up, well, you're not getting him. He's very grenade-based. I should probably not use my sniper rifle at close distances. He's very energy-hungry. Don't reload. Thank you. Once upon a time, he was really, really good at his events. Then the Frost kind of outclassed him, and that's basically been the story of the Vauban. He is outclassed now. Throw down little grenades that shock people. That's your first power, and by far your most useful one. Slow down. Not sure why. As you can see in the corner, he's not very durable in taking hits. Try not to aggro the wild crew, bro. One grenade there, one there. Throwing grenades around those should be able to keep near or far away. Zap, please. It doesn't help if they don't quite stun as well as they used to. Okay, he's getting stunned. The energy color might have something to do with that. Go. That is the first power. You can throw about as many as you want around. So it's generally not an issue too much, just going to toss them wherever. The second grenade, bounce. Throw it down, and you bounce. Considering Parkour 2.0, that's basically completely unnecessary. Now, you can just kind of naturally do that. Bastille works a little bit like the snow globe. Throw it around. Anyone who comes into this area will automatically be suspended like that and dealt damage. Vortex, you throw it, group of enemies, they'll all be sucked in the middle. Let's see if I can find a group of enemies. You! Did I hit anything? I don't think I did. Yeah, I didn't. There they go. That's a maniac, of course. Maniacs are sadly not affected by the grenades at all. And got it. There's that maniac. I find if you just kind of swing around randomly, you'll eventually hit it because he's melee only. There you are. I think I got him that second time. I got it. Oh, I may be dead here, yeah. The Vauban does not have a lot of very long-range skills, and he's also, kind of frail. Does not help. I mean, yeah, this is a high-level mission, but, I've run high-level missions before. They're not generally this difficult. The Vauban desperately needs a rework, but most people tend to forget he exists purely because, well, he's so hard to acquire. And once you do, it's like, well, he's at this point a mastery fodder Warframe. Yeah. I've had him for a while, but yeah, playing him, you kind of get the feeling, man, I wish I had Frost right now. That would make life much simpler if I did. He has his uses, but again, he is basically outclassed by the Frost in terms of defense. And, well, that's pretty much most of what you'd use him for. He's a bit more mobile, admittedly. But as you can can see, I'm just, you know, laying down an area to fight in. I've used most of my energy. They last for a decent bit of time. Thanks, dude. Warframe AI. Swing, thank you. Coughed up two of them. No, he's the one. I don't know if there's any real talk about him doing the work, but I'd hope there would be, but at this point, there's so many Warframes that just kind of desperately need help. It's, yeah, he's on the list, I have no doubt, but he's one of the cheaper ones, and, well, money must come first, essentially. Thank you. Sniper weapons are another thing that desperately needs help as well, but since they've been reworked recently, it's probably not going to happen. Problem, of course, with sniper weapons is there's basically no point in the game that I've ever actually felt the need to have one. You know, as many hours as I've played, over 1,000, like, never once have I really thought to myself, man, if I had a sniper weapon here, that would be great. Combat ranges are just way too short to really make it worthwhile. In theory, you're supposed to combo them, but it doesn't tend to work out very well that way. Sometimes you can do it. The Volcair Wraith in here in particular, I lost it. You can also immediately see the difference between this and, you know, the Frost. This is a lot more hectic, and I'm not really capable of keeping up with it terribly well with the Vauban. And more or less halfway done, though. I'll get there. Hopefully when they do the rework, they focus a lot more on his grenades and, like, deployable little toys that do things like turrets and such. Kind of like the engineer from Team Fortress 2. In theory, if you put enough of these down, it will work better than the Frost Snow Globe, but the problem is you put so many down, you definitely exceeded what the Frost would need to for a Snow Globe, so yeah, I can't really say much about this other than he's been left behind, and it's kind of sad. Yeah, if you can get it in enclosed areas, this is working a lot better than what it was before. There we go. Getting some semblance of tempo now. instant heals. Probable for the older Warframes, but... my dad's right, so that's being taken damage. Yeah. Fortunately, this isn't very far. Enjoy that vortex. Oh. Back in there. You weren't allowed out. Almost out of energy completely. Moderately sucks. Just a little bit longer. I'd to burn another one. Yeah. It sucks, but I want it alive. Run. One more artifact is just going to have to wait low because I didn't grab the energy orb. Stop no-scoping snipers, it doesn't work. Toroid, another weapon I don't really use all that much, is another great thing to use with that Bastille simply because it locks them into place and Toroid does most of its damage over time. Okay, well, I succeeded anyway. Run. He burned me to death. As you can tell from the sheer level of difficulty I'm having with this mission, Vauban kind of sucks. I don't want to say he sucks, that gives the wrong idea. Tag it. It's going to get blown up in a second anyways. I don't feel like putting myself through anymore. I've got over 500. Alright, and no one's here, so it's time to finish. That was the Vauban and all the Warframes I've done at this particular moment. The coffin frame is coming out next week, so I hope you've enjoyed this little video. So, until next time, bye.